Good morning, everybody. It's John from Veganism KILLS. It's 9:42 a.m., February 15th. To all the ladies out there, a belated happy Valentine's Day. This video today, I want to talk about veganism's lies, misinformation that's put out there, and the harm it's causing people. In other words, this making up of facts. For example, when Happy Healthy Vegan made a video telling everybody that the vid was spread through meat. Yet you go to the CDC, which is an actual authority that has the credentials that Happy Healthy Vegan doesn't. Currently, there is no evidence to suggest that handling food or consuming food is associated with the COVID-19. Alright, you have to say the COVID-19 because, YouTube. They don't want to block misinformation. But people like Happy Healthy Vegan could just basically make up a lie and their video just runs unchecked through the internet. So what I want to do is I want people who are actually getting hurt by this kind of rhetoric, like Garland Farms, who farms to put food on his table and food on yours. A skill that seems to be losing its place of its importance in society today, that we have people that know how to farm. That's a skill that a lot of people look down on. I look up at it. I used to go down south to Alabama, Mobile, Alabama, to Grandma Weaver's farm. And I would stay there during the summer, some of the best times I can remember. Clear air, hunting, you learn how to basically survive on your own. You learn to be a proper man, a gentleman. And to tell you the truth, you compare New York to Mobile, Alabama, which the liberals up here saying everybody's racist down south. No, they actually get along better down south, black and white, than they do up here in liberal New York. They get along way better, way better. It's because they're not affected by all the liberals, don't live there, so they don't have those problems, those make-believe problems. Everybody respects each other's property, and everybody respects everybody else's boundaries. That's what I like about the South, black or white. When the farmer, Mr. Johnson's pigs, black farmer, used to be a pig farmer, his pigs got out, all the kids, we ran and helped him gather up his pigs. We didn't ask for nothing, because if something happened to us, our neighbor would come and help us. I was taught to be cordial to your neighbor. And we ran and caught all the pigs, and we brought them back to the farmer. And he was appreciative. And one thing you learn down there is manners that you don't have up here up north. Where, if Mr. Johnson, my football ran on your property, can I come and get it? You have to ask permission. You just can't go wandering on somebody else's property. You can get shot. And you know what? If you get shot and you didn't ask permission to go on that person's property, that's your fault. Not the owner's fault. Now, on that note, the misinformation that's harming people like Garland Farms, I think it needs to be addressed. I think people like him need to be supported, because nobody talks about the damage that's its false narrative and false rhetoric that's coming out of these vegans' mouth, the damage that it's causing, not only to people's health, but their business. And what I like to do is gather a forum of people where we would meet and make a video and talk about the latest vegan nonsense, the lies, the science, and debunk it, and break it, and let people who think are getting into veganism know exactly what's going on in the vegan community, and that some of the promises that they make are false. So if anybody wants to sign up, just put it in the comments field, and we'll make a day like a Sunday when everybody's off, late in the Sunday, whatever time you want to make. We'll do a Zoom call, and you can present what you found vegans are saying that's not true, and we'll openly discuss that on a Zoom, and then we'll post it up here. for everybody who is vegan and for everybody who's not to see what's going on in the vegan community. I've seen vegans make coordinated attacks on what they call anti-vegan channels. You can't call them anti-vegan channels. You got to call them anti-vegan fraud channels. You need to change the narrative. Being anti-anything is a denotation that you're hateful. No. If you're anti-vegan fraud denotes you're actually against hateful rhetoric that's hurting people. Again, anti-vegan fraud. That's what we're here for. The fraud is hurting people. Telling people that you can get the COVID-19 because you're consuming animal products is a lie, and people who are working very hard to put food on the table for their family and for their other families shouldn't get this dispersion cast upon them, that they're disease spreaders, trying to insinuate something negative on them because of what they eat or what they produce. No, we're not going to tolerate it anymore. And I suggest people come to my channel, get together, we'll start talking amongst ourselves, we get a group of people together, and we start exposing these people for what they are. We are anti-vegan fraud. If you're lying and you're telling people that this diet is 100% healthy for all stages of life, we're going to show people that it's not with science. And if you don't like it, we don't give a shit. And more than likely, if you don't like it, it's because it's hurting your bottom line instead of the other people you're trying to drive out of business on a Seventh-day Adventist cult ideal. And that's what it is. And I can even show you where veganism comes from. As a matter of fact, the first child deaths on veganism were around 1972 from the Seventh-day Adventist cult who were vegan for religious purposes. They're a bunch of religious nut jobs, whether they realize it or not, and it needs to stop because it's hurting people. So I'm extending my hand out to anybody and everybody who wants to help stop this nonsense. And on that note, I'm out of here. Oh, so just please say you want to join, put it in the comments. I'll reply back in the comments. Let's see if we can at least get 4 people. I want people that had a bad experience on veganism. It's time to be heard. Don't sit there and be worried about being shamed by vegans that you didn't do it right, that you lack the intelligence. That's fabrication. That's intimidation tactics. It's nonsense. I will not stand here and let you be intimidated. If they come after, the bullies come after you, they have to come through me first. Now on that note, I'm really out of here.